Is your compost pile just sitting there, cold and lifeless, no matter how often you turn it? You've added greens, you've added browns, you've even watered it just right, yet it refuses to heat up. You're not alone. Thousands of gardeners face this frustrating mystery every year. But here's the truth. The problem often isn't your mix, your moisture, or your turning schedule. It's something invisible, something most composters never think about: the pH balance. And once you understand how this quiet factor controls the entire composting process, you'll never look at your pile the same way again. Let's dig in, because this secret could be the difference between a lifeless heap and a steaming, earthy-smelling engine of transformation that gives your garden rich, nutrient-packed soil every single season. Most composters know the basics. Your pile needs the right balance of green, nitrogen-rich, and brown, carbon-rich materials, enough moisture to feel like a wrung-out sponge, and proper airflow to feed the microbes. But what happens when all of that seems perfect, yet the pile still refuses to break down? That's when you've likely entered the zone of microbial shutdown, where the tiny decomposers that power your compost slow to a crawl, or stop altogether. At the heart of this shutdown is pH, the measure of acidity or alkalinity in your pile. Composting microbes are living organisms, and like all life, they have comfort zones. Most of the beneficial bacteria and fungi that break down organic matter thrive in a pH range between 6.0 and 8.0, with the sweet spot sitting right around 7.0, which is neutral. When your pile drifts too far toward the acidic or alkaline side, those microbes go dormant. It's not that your pile is dead, it's just asleep. Here's the sneaky part. You might not even realize your compost's pH is out of balance, because it happens gradually. Many common compost ingredients naturally swing the scale in one direction or the other. A pile heavy on fruit scraps, coffee grounds, or pine needles can push acidity too high. On the other hand, excess ash, lime, or eggshells can make it too alkaline. When the pH drifts low, becoming more acidic, you'll notice a sour or vinegary smell, and the pile may feel slimy because acid-loving microbes take over while the decomposers you actually want back off. When the pH drifts high, becoming more alkaline, the pile might release a strong ammonia odour, a sign that nitrogen is escaping into the air instead of feeding your compost. Both conditions lead to a stall in decomposition, and both are fixable once you know how to test and correct them. You don't need a laboratory to figure this out. A simple soil pH test kit or digital pH meter will give you a quick reading. Just take a small handful of compost from the centre of your pile, where it's most active, and mix it with an equal amount of distilled water, about half a cup of compost to half a cup of water. Stir it well and let it sit for about 15 minutes. Then dip your test strip or insert the probe and read the pH. If your compost reads below 6.0, it's too acidic. If it's above 8.0, it's too alkaline. If it lands between 6.5 and 7.5, congratulations. Your microbes are living their best lives. Can't test it right now? Well, use your senses. A slimy texture and sharp odour point to high acidity, while a strong ammonia smell and dry, crusty patches often indicate alkalinity. When acidity takes over, you need to give your microbes a more neutral environment to thrive again. The simplest fix is to sprinkle a light layer of agricultural lime, wood ash, or crushed eggshells into the pile. Use about 1 cup of lime or ash per cubic foot of compost and mix it evenly while turning. If you're using ash, be cautious. Too much can quickly swing your pile to the opposite extreme. Always mix it in thoroughly and avoid clumps. You can also add a handful of shredded cardboard or dry leaves to help balance moisture and absorb excess acid. Another gentle option is a lime water solution. Dissolve 2 tablespoons of agricultural lime in 1 gallon of water and sprinkle this evenly over your pile. This helps raise the pH gradually while maintaining the moisture balance your microbes need. If your compost smells like ammonia or has a crusty pale surface, it's likely too alkaline. The fix here is all about adding acidity back. Mix in coffee grounds, fruit and vegetable scraps, or pine needles, materials that naturally lower pH. You can also make a mild acidic solution by mixing 1 cup of vinegar in 1 gallon of water, then lightly misting it across the pile. Don't overdo it. Just a light application every week or 2 is enough to bring your pH back in line. To support an even recovery, make sure your pile stays moist but not soggy and, well aerated. Oxygen really helps neutralize those extreme pH levels and encourages microbial activity to return. After a few days, the smell should fade, the texture will loosen, and, honestly, you'll start feeling that familiar warmth returning to your pile. Even after you've corrected your pH, don't skip this crucial step. Regular turning, at least once every 7 to 10 days, helps distribute materials evenly, preventing acidic or alkaline pockets from forming. It also introduces oxygen, which keeps aerobic microbes active and, discourages those anaerobic bacteria, the ones that make things slimy and smelly. If you notice uneven decomposition or cold spots, it's a sign that the pH and airflow are still inconsistent. Turn the pile thoroughly from edge to centre, making sure, everything mixes well. Once your pile is back on track, prevention becomes simple. Start each new compost batch with a healthy mix of materials, roughly 3 parts brown to 1 part green, and include a variety of inputs to naturally balance the pH. Avoid dumping large amounts of any one material, especially acidic fruit waste or alkaline ash, in a single layer. A quick tip many experienced gardeners use: keep a small container of crushed eggshells or ground limestone handy and sprinkle a little every few weeks. This tiny habit keeps your compost consistently within the ideal pH range without effort. Once your microbes wake up and your pile starts heating again, the transformation is almost magical. The sour or ammonia smells disappear, replaced by that sweet, earthy scent that every gardener loves. The texture becomes crumbly, dark, and alive. Decomposition speeds up dramatically, and within weeks you'll have nutrient-rich compost ready to feed your garden's soil life. Healthy compost isn't just about breaking down waste. It's about building fertility that lasts for years. By understanding and mastering pH balance, you unlock the full potential of your pile and ensure every peel, leaf and clipping becomes part of a thriving ecosystem.